The day he followed her, a true act of kindness. She worked as a cleaner in a big restaurant. Every night, she begged for leftover food. No one knew where she went after work. But one day, her rich boss secretly followed her, and what he saw that night made him cry. Who really was this poor woman? What was the real story behind her quiet pain? Sit back and find out as we dive into this powerful story. In the heart of Enugu, there stood a tall, beautiful restaurant called FTM&x. The building shined like glass. Every day, big cars came and parked in front. Inside, rich men and women sat on soft chairs and ate expensive food. The man who owned the place was called Chief Ebuka. People called him Sir Ebuka. He was rich. Very rich. Sir Ebuka always wore clean suits. His shoes shined like mirrors. When he walked into the restaurant every morning, the staff stood up to greet him. "Good morning, sir," they would say. He would smile, nod his head, and say, "Carry on." He didn't talk too much. He liked watching everything quietly. Sir Ebuka drove a black SUV that looked brand new. He had many workers, over 50. Some worked in the kitchen, some served food, others cleaned the floors. But behind all the luxury, something strange was about to happen. It was a quiet night in Enugu. The lights inside FTM&x were dim. All the customers had gone. Most of the staff had closed for the day. Sir Ebuka came out of his office. He looked tired. He loosened his tie and sighed as he walked down the steps. It had been a long day. He pressed his car key. The black SUV made a sound. But then he saw something strange. A woman was standing close to his car, not too close, but not far either. She wore the brown and gold uniform of the restaurant. Her hands were folded. Her eyes were low. Sir Ebuka stopped walking. He narrowed his eyes. "Who's that?" he asked, looking around. There were only a few cleaners left outside. The woman stood still like she was waiting for something. Sir Ebuka took a few steps forward. The air felt heavy. Something didn't feel normal. He walked up to her slowly. She looked up, then quickly looked down again. "You work in the cleaning department, right?" he asked. "Yes, sir," she said softly. "My name is Nneka." She didn't raise her head. She held her hands together like she was scared. Sir Ebuka looked confused. "So why are you standing near my car?" he asked. Nneka bit her lip. Then she took a small breath. "Please sir," she said. "I want to ask for a favor." Sir Ebuka waited. He was thinking she might ask for money. Or maybe she wanted to complain. Nneka looked up for a second, then looked down again. "Can I take some leftover food home?" she asked. Sir Ebuka blinked. He didn't speak for a moment. "Just leftover food." He stared at her. "Is that all you want?" Nneka nodded. "Yes, sir. Just the leftover food. If there's any." There was silence. The kind of silence that makes your chest feel tight. Sir Ebuka looked at her again. She looked tired. Her shoes were old. Her voice was low. He gave a small nod. "Okay," he said. Nneka whispered, "Thank you, sir," and turned around quickly, walking back into the kitchen. Sir Ebuka stood there beside his car. He didn't enter the car. He just stood still, watching the kitchen door. Something inside his heart had started to move, and he didn't know why. He got into his car. He watched her go back into the kitchen. The car engine was off. The car park was quiet. He leaned back in his seat and closed his eyes for a moment, but his mind wasn't resting. That question kept coming back. Why would a worker ask for just leftover food? Not money, not help, not a raise, just food. He opened his eyes and stared at the restaurant door. Something didn't feel right. He thought about Nneka's voice. It was soft, not weak, but tired. And when she looked at him, there was something in her eyes, like someone holding back pain. Sir Ebuka checked his time. It was almost 10 p.m. Still, he didn't drive off. He wanted to see where she would go. He wanted to understand why she would ask for leftovers like it was a gift. His heart started to beat a little faster. "I'll wait," he said to himself quietly. Roughly 10 minutes passed. Then the restaurant door opened. It was Nneka. She stepped out slowly. In her hands were 2 small nylon bags. They didn't look heavy. She held them close and started walking. Sir Ebuka lowered himself in his seat and waited till she was a bit far. Then he turned the key slowly. The engine came alive, but he kept his lights off for a few seconds. He drove slowly. He kept a safe distance. Far enough that she wouldn't hear the sound of his car, but close enough not to lose her. Nneka kept walking. Her steps were fast. After some minutes, she entered a small yellow bus. Sir Ebuka followed it. The bus was full. The roads were rough. The sky had gone dark. Street lights were few in that area, and some were not even working. Still, he followed. Almost 30 minutes later, the bus stopped. Nneka came down slowly, still holding her nylon bags. She didn't look around. She just turned and walked into a small untarred road. Sir Ebuka stopped his car far behind and turned off his engine. He stepped out quietly and looked ahead. There were no shops, no fine houses, no cars. The place was quiet and dark. Nneka walked up to an old, broken building. The walls were cracked. The roof was old. The windows were broken. Sir Ebuka whispered, "This is her house." The old door creaked open. 2 small girls ran out barefoot, laughing as they jumped into Nneka's arms. "Mama," the first one shouted. "Mama, you came back," the second one said. Nneka dropped the nylon bag and hugged them tightly. Her smile was wide, but her eyes looked tired. "I'm here, my darlings," she said softly. "I brought something for you." Sir Ebuka could see everything. His heart beat fast. She has children. He touched his chest lightly. Nneka led the girls back inside. He watched through the broken window. Nneka sat the girls down on a mat. She brought out the leftover food, 1 piece of chicken and jollof rice. She cut it in 2, placed it on small plates. The girls ate fast, smiling brightly. Nneka didn't eat. She just watched them, smiling with tired eyes. Tears came to Sir Ebuka's eyes. She only took food for her children, and didn't eat anything. He turned away. He no longer felt like a rich man. He felt broken. That night, he couldn't sleep. The next morning, Nneka helped the girls bathe and dressed them in school uniforms. She packed a little leftover rice and gave it to them as breakfast. She walked them to the community school nearby, hugged them, and rushed off to work. At the restaurant, she walked like she always did, clean, polite, fast. That morning, Sir Ebuka sat in his office. He called the HR manager. "Raise the staff salaries," he said. "Let no one go home hungry." Days passed. Every night, Nneka quietly asked for leftover food. Every day, Sir Ebuka watched in silence until one day he called her in. "Nneka," he said gently. "I followed you one night. I saw where you live. I saw your girls." Nneka started crying. The next day, he gave her a new job, personal assistant to the CEO. Then he handed her the keys to a new apartment. "You and your girls won't sleep on the floor again," he said. "There is water, light, space to read. I will also enroll them in a better school." Nneka knelt and cried. That night, they ate real chicken. The girls laughed. The next morning, a black car came to take them to their new home. The house had beds, windows, chairs, a real kitchen. Nneka whispered, "Thank you, God. Thank you." Her journey was hard, but now, hope had begun.
You enjoyed the tale? If so, please like the video, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Also turn on your notification to get more enchanted tales like this one. Goodbye.